Okay, everybody, James Giacalone here from Remax, and I'm sitting here with Miss Mary Adams from New American Funding. And the reason why we're doing this really short video here is because we've got a great new program that's out that's going to help a lot of buyers get homes in a very competitive seller's market. And it's called Cash Buyer Program by New American Funding, NAF Cash for short. And with that, Mary, why don't you just tell us about it?
Okay. So our program allows you to be a cash buyer. Basically, my sister company, NAV Cash, sister to New American Funding, purchases a home at whatever price the buyer wants to purchase it at, and then resells it back to them right after the cash sale closes.
So New American Funding is the one who actually buys the house for cash.
Yes.
And then sells it back to
the buyer.
The buyer.
Ultimate buyer.
Right.
Yes, for 2.4% more than we paid for it. That 2.4% covers 1.5% for the use of our money and the state transfer taxes, county transfer taxes of 0.9%.
Okay, so 2.4%. Now, I don't know, you probably see it as much as I do, but offers and sale prices are going for well over asking prices, far more than 2.4%.
Right.
You know, from what I'm seeing. So if we can get the buyer a house via NAF Cash, a cash offer, for only 2.4%, instead of paying 10% over asking price, which that's pretty common nowadays, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I
Yeah,
see that all the time.
You see it all the time as a mortgage lender, and I
Right.
see it as a buyer agent.
Right.
So, you know, at 2.4% guarantees that you're going to get the house and separates you from everybody else. That sounds like a pretty fair deal.
It's a great program, and it's good for first-time buyers, of course, because they're generally not putting a lot of money down. A lot of them don't have 20% down. They have 5%, 10%, that sort of thing.
And now they become a cash buyer.
Now they're a cash buyer, and they can compete, and it's so much easier to get a non-contingent offer accepted as far as non-contingent on mortgage financing.
Yeah.
Or if you have someone who's a repeat buyer and they have a home to sell, we give them time to sell that home.
So they could, what happens during the time frame in which, let's say they buy the house, I'm just going to use the end of this month, on May 31st, which if they're a cash buyer, that's actually quite feasible.
Oh, we can close in 2 to 3 weeks. So 3 weeks, I would say.
3 weeks out. So
it's reasonable, right?
So all right. So they turn around, they close in a couple weeks. Now their current house is not quite ready for sale yet.
Right.
How long can they live in their current house?
Well, they can occupy the new house immediately after we close, get their house ready for marketing.
Yeah.
They can market their home concurrent with waiting for the closing of the cash offer.
Okay.
And we will close on their mortgage as soon as they
sell
their current home, and we can do it same day just as usual. So they could, sell their home, close at noon, close on the mortgage on the home that they're purchasing from my sister company at 1, and we can be done.
Okay.
So yeah.
So really, I mean, this sounds like a great program. They can actually go out, buy a house for cash while living in their current home. Once they get their new home, okay, then they can continue to live in their old house until it's ready for sale or until it's closed.
They can move into the new house.
And they can move into the new house at any time they want.
Right after. That's what most people are doing.
Yeah.
They're moving in right after.
So they're preparing the old house.
And they're preparing the old house if it needs prepping.
Yeah.
It's, and they're occupying the new home. Their utilities have to be put in their name. That sort of thing, as if they were renting.
Yeah.
And
it'll give you time to stage your old house and everything.
Right. Yep.
So, which is going to get you more money anyways.
Right.
So really, even if you did that, that leads to another thing. When you're selling your old house, you vacated it, you staged it, I can say with pretty much a lot of confidence that you're going to get way more than the 2.4% that you paid on the cash purchase of the new house, on the sale price of your old house.
And you'll save on the purchase price of the new house. So you'll
Yeah.
be saving doubly. There is a rent back. It's very low rent back.
Mhm.
It's below market,
Yeah.
and that's based on the purchase price of the home we purchase for
Okay.
you.
So there is a small rental fee for if you stay in it for an extended.
Well, so basically you'll pay rent from the day you move in or
Yeah.
from the day we close, but it's prorated. So what happens if you don't have a home to sell, it's pretty great because
Yeah.
we can close on the cash deal in 3 weeks and on a mortgage in 3 to 4 weeks. You might only pay rent for 10 days because we prorate the rent daily.
Oh, okay.
We don't want to be landlords, right? We want you to close on that mortgage.
Right.
And so that works out really well.
Okay.
And the rent is paid after you close on our mortgage.
Okay.
You are invoiced afterwards.
Okay. So, and then you can pay with the proceeds of the sale of your house for that.
Right. Yeah,
Sounds like a winner.
it is.
Well, that's I think a pretty good program, and I think for more information about it, why don't you give myself or Mary a call? We can talk more about it. Call me at 734-395-6533. I can help you get the house using that program. And Mary, if they have any questions for you, how do they reach you?
So my number is 231-437-0301. That's my cell. And I am located, but I do business in Ann Arbor. That's where my office is.
Excellent.
All right.
Well, thank you very much. And with that, we're going to let you go.